Hey guys, it's Kennedy. It's your girl, a whole single, coming at you with a video this morning. Just want to touch bases with you about something that has come up in conversation. And not has it just only come up in conversation, I've gotten emails. And you guys feel free to email me questions if you don't feel comfortable commenting in the comment section. But I want that feedback so that I know what you're thinking, so that I know what we should talk about, what we should discuss, what I need to research and figure out and pray over. But anyway, let's get to this video about age. Some people say that age is just the number. But when it comes to dating and relationships, you may want to think about age, okay? Because when I looked it up and researched it, okay, and I just, Google is my trusted friend. I love my Google. Don't judge me. So it says, what age gap is too big? So it says that there's a general rule to answer this question. It says that age gap equation, of course, half your age, then add 7 to work out if someone is too young for you to date, or take 7 off your age and double it would be if someone's too old. Now, when I did mine, it says that 88 is too old. Yes, it definitely is. 78 is too old. 68 is too old. And the way I feel right now, 58 may be too old. So I just wonder if age is how much of a difference is going to cause complications. Now, everybody knows I talk about my dear departed husband, Walter. Walter was about 24 years older than me. But the funny thing about it is, Walter felt like he was 18, and I acted a little older. So he gave me some fun and joy and let's go do this and always wanting to be busy. So hey, I can't say because I was in my 30s then and he was in his 50s. And we were together till he passed in his 60s. So what is too old and what is too young? It depends in this day and age. I do believe that there's just some things to consider when dating someone. The age of the person that you're dating. If you're looking to have a long-term relationship, you're looking at for later to be married and so forth. So you need to look at those things. It says too young for me is like 32, 33. And I would agree with that because at my age, and not my age, but my stage in life, that's just a little bit older than my child. And I'm like still trying to get her, into that full womandom, that full knowledge and wisdom of someone being in their early 30s, which she's just about 30. I wouldn't want someone that I'm trying to date or see seriously or trying to grow with. I wouldn't see myself with someone that young that I would have to teach certain things. I'm beyond that stage of a companion in teaching. Like I said, when I was in my 30s and I met someone that might not have been fully immersed in the kingdom of God, I would take you by the hand then and say, honey, come on, let's go to church. Let me introduce you to this man named Jesus. Let me introduce you to the Holy Spirit and see, where we go from here. But at my age now, I need you to have some solid foundation. And I need you to be, 10 toes down and heavily rooted and have a meaningful relationship with our Creator God. So, as far as age, now, give it in a look at yourself. I always say, start with me. I start myself, and I'm like, at this point in my life, I'm still very active. I still walk 2 or 3 times a week. I run at least twice a week. I am always on the go. I love to be going, moving, traveling, doing things. So at this stage, I wouldn't want somebody that's settled and sedentary, you know, that, oh, all I do is Netflix and chill. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. That's not going to please me. I will be miserable in that relationship, just being honest. So look at yourself. You need to look at the things you want to do and the way you want to do it, and maybe and pair yourself with someone that has that same type of energy. I've seen people in their 60s and 70s that will run past me at Railroad Park, that will walk past me at downtown at Uptown at the down by the Marriott and the BJCC. I have, so age may be a factor in some relationships for the long run. Okay, so like I said, um, looking at that 24-year age gap between me and Walter, I'm thinking, okay, had he lived, now he would be in his 70s. How would he be now? Would he still be that lively fella he was in his 50s? Let's go walk the dog, let's go to the park, let's go fishing. Or would he have slowed down by then? And am I right now in my 50s ready to do what he was doing in his 50s? I got a ball of energy ready to go. So those are some things that I would say consider when you're dating someone, especially if you're looking to date them for the long run, that you're looking for to spring into a meaningful relationship and a long lasting relationship and maybe into a marriage. When you're younger, like, I see a lot of 40-year-old guys dating these 20-some-year-old women. Hey, if that's you and you want to, and she's mature in the mind and you think she's solid, that's your business. But what I've noticed lately, I'm gonna tell you, I met this guy just in casual passing, and we happened to know someone in common. And I said the person's name. He said, "Oh," and he looked at me and he said, "Oh, you got an old cat." And I was like, "He not that old. He really only in his mid 50s or so, maybe 56." And he was like, "No, no, you need to be dating somebody in their 40s." He's like somebody. He wasn't trying to flirt. He was going to his woman's house, but he was saying no. Guys in my age group, and he was talking about himself. He said, "Men in my age group, we're looking for someone in their early 50s like you that's still well built, energetic, positive, and everything." He said because that old man ain't gonna want to do nothing. He want to sit down. And so I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, but that's just not everybody. I like I said, now you ladies, you cut on that on any media, and you see these silver foxes on Facebook and on YouTube and TikTok and everywhere else. These silver foxes with their gray hair all coofed around, and you know, and they dressing all sharp and fly, and they looking like, hey, daddy got it going. But does daddy work out? Does daddy exercise? Or has daddy always been slim? And now this is daddy's old man weight that makes him look a little bigger and a little thicker. So I mean, it's up to you. But for real, I think age is a factor when you're leading for marriage, knowing that you're planning to be with this person for the rest of your lives. And what does that look like in 20 years? Does 20 years from now look like we would still have such an age gap that we wouldn't be compatible? Or does 20 years look like we may just be growing into each other and now it's time to fly? So that's up to, the individual. I think you need to look at where you are in your life and where they are in their life and the things you have in common and the things you like to do with each other and what you're planning on doing with this relationship. If you're dating to be friends and all you're going to be is friends, hey, it doesn't matter to me what age you are because I can hang with you. And if, hey, when times get rough or tough or things get past or somebody gets older or whatever, I'm going to still be your friend then. I can still come and check on you. And I don't have any kind of animosity that, oh my God, because it's a hard thing being a caregiver. Believe me, when someone in a relationship, the other person, even spouses that are the same age, it is hard to be a caregiver. There are people that have been married for years, and like I know a gentleman, he's a fireman. He fell off a roof, off a ladder rather, and he's paralyzed. Um, I won't go too much into where he's from and all that, but that wife is strained and stressed because now she has to take care of a quadriplegic husband. And they can't share the things they used to. They were travelers, they were go getters, go moving and involved in church and going places and doing things. And now, if she decides to go, she goes alone with her kids or with her girlfriend. He's there and he's nothing mentally wrong with him. His physical body was hurt. So now he has to watch his wife, whom he's loved and used to sharing all these things, have to be a caregiver for him. He is, totally helpless. Quadriplegic, no, nothing moves but his neck and arm. And he's getting stronger. We're going to pray his healing because we know that God is able. But those kind of things, they happen in life. But when and those are things you can't foresee. But what you can foresee is the body will, from the moment we are born, we start to die. That means your body starts to age. And as we age, certain things, start happening. So where will you be in 20 years is what I ask. When I look at someone or we're starting to get serious, and when you're on a job or interviewing for a job, they'll say, well, where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's the same question I would ask on maybe a fourth or fifth date. Where do you see yourself in 4 or 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? That gives me a good indication of where he sees me in his life. If he says, well, I'm still going to be single and balling, then that means he doesn't see me in his life. But if he says, hey, in 10 years, I'm hoping to have been happily married for some time, and me and my wife have already established some things together and have been enjoying life at some time by now in 10 years. And so that leads me to believe, okay, if not me, then he is looking for to settle down with someone and grow. But as far as age, I really believe that it comes with individuals looking to see what you have in common and the love and the respect that you're gaining with each other through dating. To see if at one point you did decide we're going to get married. So I don't know what happened there, and I don't know what stopped. I think I'm having a little glitch in my system. But like I said, if it blinked out because I'm not recording this video over again, I'm sorry y'all for this little mishap. But I get into it and I'll forget everything I said or I'll jumble it up. So I'm gonna get ready to end because I don't like my videos to be too long. But like I said, if you missed it in the blink out, I believe that it's an individual thing what age you decide to date. I also believe that you should look at where you're going in the relationship. What are you planning to get out of that relationship? Where do you plan to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years with that person? Um, if they're 50 now and you're 35 or 40. So, like I said, if I was at 51 to date someone in their 40s, I love 40-year-old guys because they're still energetic. They're still ready to move. Some of them have been, I've met guys that have already retired from military at 41, 42, and they're on their second career and doing well. Or they've established their own business, entrepreneurship. That's wonderful. Me. It excites me. I'm a cheerleader. I love to see that entrepreneurial spirit that, that people engage in, especially men in their 40s and 30s. I'm not going to date somebody in their 30s, but in their 40s. Hey, and I'm like, hey, let's do it. I'm ready to walk with you. I'm ready to run with you. I see myself in 20 years, a 71-year-old woman that's still walking, exercising, still moving, still keeping myself fit. So if I did decide to get into a meaningful relationship with someone in their 40s, I can guarantee, not guarantee, but I can look forward and he can look forward to At least she's doing everything she can do right now to be healthy and happy and alive for me in these years to come. So it is an individual basis, but 88 for me, way too old. 33 for me, way too young. So there you have it. You can either use the scale or just speak and talk it out. Data attained through experiences. Let the data speak for you to let you know how far you want to go with someone that may not be your exact age, younger, older. Let's see what the plans look like. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. And I'm just testing this new background screen. Sort of like it, sort of don't. But I won't think I'll be using it again. But anyway, I love you guys by the gallon. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Y'all be good out there.